We're starting now. Okay. Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dominic Gadberry, and I'm here with a presentation about Bluebell with my fellow um, members, which is Sam, me, myself, Dominique, Colton, Kobe, and Hunter. And today we're going to just explain about what Bluebell Creameries do and why we chose Bluebell's Creameries. So, ice cream has been a sweet treat for many people all over the world. There are so many ice cream companies that compete against one another just to show off their ice cream and want to be the best ice cream company on the planet. And one of those ice cream companies are none other than Bluebell's Creameries, where people are introduced to old fashioned, traditional, and even non traditional flavors. Even though Bluebell Creameries is a privately held ice cream company, their ice cream continues to prove why they deserve a spot on many people's list of ice cream brands to choose from.
Alrighty. So, thing to keep in mind about the ice cream industry is that it's a very mature market. It's kind of hard to get into, but it has a very steady stream of revenue. And you got to remember, though, because it's mature, there's not a whole lot of extra growth going on. But there are some instances that that is not the case, such in 2013 when the sales reached up to $13.7 billion. The thing is with Bluebell, the thing we got on our side is that we have a very positive image, and well, we tend to be a big staple in a lot of Texas households. Uh, Now, that being said, there has been some suggestions from IBIS that the industry as a whole will drop to about $8.9 billion, but that's still a very steady amount. But to take most advantage of it, we need to be able to advertise and be able to do the best that we can to make a positive push with our image. Here is a chart showing about what kind of people end up purchasing our ice cream the most. And typically it's going to be higher income families, but also families with older children. Now, there could be several reasons for that. One of the biggest ones is probably that a family with a child that's at least 18 tends to have more family members inside the household. So it makes it more likely that they're going to spend a little extra money on sweet treats such as Bluebell ice cream. Now, this slide actually analyzes our primary target groups. Now, ice cream as a whole is considered to be a luxury item. What that means is it's not going to be bought all the time as a staple of the household. But certain groups are going to spend more money on it because, well, they can afford to do so. So typically, a higher income household is going to buy more ice cream or other luxury dessert items because they can afford to do so. And this is a continuous trend that really doesn't taper off at any level of income. Now, the other characteristics of our people besides financials is it tends to be bought more by white middle-aged families. The thing about this consumer group is that they're going to tend to look at a positive image for their families and not so much about the deals. The reason for this is they want to provide the best for their kids, as well as being able to say that this is a good product. It makes me happy, makes them happy. It's a good product all around. So our main competitors are going to be other ice cream producers, as well as other frozen treat producers such as frozen yogurt, gelato, smoothie bars, stuff like that. But every dessert is going to be competing against us, but typically not as direct, but more of an indirect competitor. But on the bright side is there are some good things that Bluebell has going in their corner. First off, it is a delicious treat. Bluebell is known for being the best in Texas, and there's a reason for that. We have a proven track record of results, and the Little Creamery in Brenham will continue to do the best that they can to produce the most amazing ice cream in Texas. There's heritage. Bluebell has been around for many, many years, and there's a reason for that. There's a lot of brand loyalty going on, especially in Texas, and that's going to continue to trend as it continues to expand out of state. A shining example of that is when they had the voluntary closure over the listeria concerns. Though some people say that they damage their image with that, a lot of people actually said that's the opposite case because they went out to make sure that their consumers were protected and make sure that they're going to be able to continue to eat their ice cream in the future. Many people actually could not fathom the idea of swapping brands, so they actually decided to wait out the ice cream shortage, then try to go after another brand. And that is a top level of loyalty right there. Finally, ice cream makes people happy, but Bluebell is no exception. This big thing with Bluebell is that it has a tendency to bring up reminiscent memories of good times with your family, uh, good times back home, good old country-made, homemade ice cream. And these kind of images are hard to come up with normal run-of-the-mill ice cream brands. There's some other key factors. Though there's been a slow decline in the past years in growth, the revenue has stayed strong with about $10 billion each year. Though there's been a little bit less money being spent per household, there tends to be more households now that are spending more money. But the reason there's a little bit less spending per household has to do with some of the tougher times and social unrest, because there has been a lot going on in America, especially in Texas and the Midwest. So in order for us to counteract that, we need to start pushing more money into our advertising dollars. That way we can push that positive brand image that we have and be able to do a great job of just being able to show people what we are about, what we are made of, and what we can do for them. Finally, why is Bluebell a good benefit to the investor? Well, it's a good question. The reason for that has to do with the fact that Bluebell has an amazing brand image, and all it needs to grow is more advertising dollars to get out there and just show what they're made about. So, with more advertising dollars being spent, more money being pushed into being able to expand our facilities, we will be able to reach out to everyone and show them what a good brand Bluebell is and why they will be able to join in with this amazing company. An investment in Bluebell is an investment in our future, our children, and those who are children at heart.
So with this, we have Bluebell, traditionally made. Everybody says when they eat it, it tastes like it's homemade. So we make it the old-fashioned way. We use fresh ingredients and create a tasty treat. Bluebell also has a variety. We push all these different demographics so that everybody can enjoy our ice cream, not just the people that can eat regular homemade ice cream and all that kind of stuff. We push no fat, low fat, no sugar, rotational flavors for the people that want to eat something that's just different. So, for example, we have for the past year we made a Mardi Gras king cake flavored ice cream. Another thing we commit to is quality goods. They never leave the hands of our employees until they reach the store shelves, and you grab it off of these shelves and take it to your home to enjoy. So our key plans, we are primarily based in Texas. We make all of our ice cream in Bluebell in Brenham. We are looking at expansion. We want to move into the Midwest, mainly Colorado and Kansas, and then hopefully break into Utah and Nebraska. We have had a dramatic decrease of dairy producers in the Midwest. So we are planning, if we move to the Midwest, we will create dairy producers so that we can have that milk and we can use them, and we will get support from them. And we have seen this happen in the past through the pork industry. When they move to a place, the mass advertisement of these products grows those producers. And then we have the ice cream consumption in the Midwest is actually higher than most regions in the United States. The only one that beats it is the Northeast. And then finally, we have families that live in those states are primarily white and older families, which means that our demographics that are our main people that we're trying to get to, the white families with older children, are mainly and always going to be in that area. Our goals and objectives: we want to make a delicious ice cream that feels like you're at home, makes you feel right at home. And then secondly, we want to inform customers of our brand and how it's so dependable. And we want to connect those customers with those memories of home. And then lastly, we want to build strong bonds with these dairy producers that we're buying from and using to make our ice cream, and use those into the large expansions in the Midwest. And then we have our strategy statement. We are committed to providing amazing products to those that want to have a happy taste of Bluebell Country Day. This will be accomplished through honest transactions and growth, done the right way to better serve our consumers and grow shareholder wealth.
So to start with the action plan, we have the positioning map. As you can see, Bluebell is in the higher price while also unhealthy, but that's what we are working on in our efforts to make them a healthier and also better priced product. So to do with price, Bluebell is sold at an average of around $5 for a half gallon, and the industry standard is also 40% markup, meaning the product can usually be purchased for around $3 a tub wholesale, which really and truly, when you think about it, is not much, but on a larger scale, it adds up quite a bit. So place, Bluebell sells to mostly convenience stores, grocery stores, mom and pop stores, and you can even see it in some restaurants as a dessert option. This allows for many people all over the world and all over Texas to be able to gain access to it, to be able to learn about it and be able to taste it, which helps us to get our brand out there, helps us to get it to a broader spectrum of people. There's also an online store that Bluebell offers, and you can have up to 4.5 gallons of ice cream tubs shipped, or for 4 small 12-pack shipped. While that being said, it is pretty pricey. They run about $135 a shipment, but this is due to the shipping requirements because you have to have them refrigerated, and depending on how far they're going, how much dry ice or whatever the method may be. Bluebell partners with UPS to make their deliveries to ensure that they are delivered on time and intact to make our customers happy and fulfill their needs. So promotion. There are 4 different types of promotion that we're going to try and focus on. First of all, being personal selling. To strengthen the producers, we have decided to add an additional 4 regional managers to look over the 4 states that we would like to expand to. These include Nevada, Utah, Kansas, and Wyoming. They're going to make about an average of $40,000 a year, but our hope is that if all goes well, by the 3rd year,
Colton's having some technical difficulties, so I'm going to take over for him until he comes back. We're also planning on doing some corporate advertising, so that way we can get the support of dairy farmers in the area and begin a milk industry renaissance there. This teamwork should allow for large resources for Bluebell to tap into and be able to shine above many other previously untouched markets. Bluebell wants to increase their public relations with people. Though we already have the country club, we'd like to build on this by offering more promotions and having more news releases. And finally, the most untapped market that we have is social media and digital marketing. Bluebell will need to step up its internet presence with continuing growth in that area. Expansion in the PR department, it will be a must so that we continue to reach out to new groups, especially the younger generations.
Hi everyone. So in Texas here, we think we are literally the best. And when we think of it, we want to go big and just give it all our got. So that's why we're wanting to expand over the different regions. And so here's the financial side, because every good business starts at the financials. So the personal selling for the first year to the second year, we already have a $8,000 increase. Um, and then obviously by the third year, we completely jump up, because it really takes a good business a few years to get generated and get going. Our total market expense does go up, but also at the same time, we are making more profit. Um, with expanding, we're going to have to open, new locations. We just have to one main location here in Texas and then one other location. But, they're south and we're expanding north, so that will cost. It kind of just, we talk about the different cost here, from advertising to, you know, anything from just your everyday whatever. So, a big advantage would be social media nowadays. That does cut some of our costs back, just because, we are able to hop on social media and, talk to people that way. Going into more of a breakdown, this is more of our sales and profits, and it goes on a whole. By the third year, we obviously have a lot more profit than the first year. And also another thing, in when you put a new product out there on the market, it takes, time to for people to see that, Bluebell is obviously a great ice cream. Um, So we see our sales and we see the expenses, and the expenses do go down. They start to decline, after we start building our operation and getting further down the line with our chain of ice cream. Monitoring and measurement. This is expanding, seeing how we expand. We have to hire new people. We have to, get our company set up. We have to completely start over. Um, as we do this, we will expand and we will go into new markets, and we have to work to gain the confidence we'd have with dairy producers. If someone was to walk up to me right now and say, "Hey, I'm going to sell ice cream. Do you want to help me?" I would be very, set back by it. You have to build common relationships with people and also consumers. You have to build that one-to-one relationship. When you say Bluebell here in Texas, everyone turns their head, because, it's Bluebell. We're used to it. It's common. We trust them. When they had the whole case of shutting down and everything, everyone just wanted it to open back up. We didn't really care that, oh, they had this in their system, whatever. We was just ready for our Bluebell to be back home. So, that's one objective that we have to, promote and create. And then, the third, we would, we would have to grow the company. By this time, we could start, expanding and growth, and we could see where the company sits at. Do we want to grow further? Do we want to make it bigger? And we could really start truly increasing profits here after we get another branch going, and to build up, you know, the other side, and let some of the north have our great ice cream, because I know it must suck without having Bluebell.
So, in conclusion, Bluebell Creamery strive to make sure that their ice cream is seen as delicate, smooth, and tasteful to everyone. Bringing people and family together is a major component on Bluebell list when it comes to how much effort and thought they put into their continuous ideas of creating ice cream. Not only is ice cream a delicacy, but it's also a heartfelt surprise when choosing the right brand. So don't worry, because Bluebell Creamery's got you covered.
Thank you, everybody, for your time, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.